It's about 5:30 p.m. on Saturday, May 24th, 2025. I'm moving them to a double section here because I won't be here Sunday morning. I'll be at church. So it is beautiful Northeast Texas. This is Lazy Cow Farms. It is like 90, 92, something like that. The sun is bright. It's still a little bit humid, but not as humid as this morning. So it feels about the same as this morning, even though it is 90 degrees. Some of you might be wondering why the animals don't have access to shade. The answer is that I don't have much shade on this pasture, and if I tried to give them shade for every day that was 90 degrees or above, they wouldn't be grazing the pasture at all. So they have to get used to the heat, and they do. They adapt to the heat pretty well. These animals, their body temperature runs a little bit higher than humans, and they have mechanisms to keep themselves cool in the heat. So, and they would much rather be grazing. Ooh, a little anthill here. Look at the ants go. Anyway, yeah, it's not as big a deal as you guys think, and when the temperatures get really high, up near 100, that's when I do give them access to shade, because that's when things start to get dangerous. And I have seen days near 110 here in Northeast Texas. Okay, this is the line. So I got my side-by-side set up, and this is where they were from this morning to this afternoon, and this is where they are now. So the sheep all stayed in where they're supposed to be. When I come out here, they're all laying down, chewing their cud, just relaxing. So I think lowering the wire to that third hook, it's only about a foot off the ground, I think that's effective at containing the sheep. So that's what I'll continue to do now. Is just have one wire about a foot above the ground, and then another wire for the cows. Hopefully that'll be enough to contain them all. So I still have a crosswire set up there so they can't go back to the first section. I don't think there's any reason for them to go back to the first section. That's not where the water is or anything. So I'm a little disappointed they didn't graze more and trample more here, but maybe I just got back too early and moved them too early. So anyway. Woo! Good times. I'm sweating right now, but it feels good. I think my body's slowly adapting to the heat again. One of the things I had to remember was that I need those electrolytes when I'm sweating out here. And a lot of the sweat just evaporates, so I don't even know I have it. But, I sweat a ton. It's like a sauna out here, especially when I start moving around and working in the heat. I'm going to start coming out, I think, probably at the crack of dawn and doing some work right before the sun comes up. I think that'll be wise. But that'll mean I have to come back in the afternoon, the early afternoon, and move the animals, which, the brick score is going to be higher, but that's the heat. But what I can do is set it up so I just have to open the wire up, and that's it. I don't have to do any serious work. So I'm thinking about that. And what else to talk about? Oh, I'm thinking of selling all my cows. The longer they take to give me calves, the more out of sync they're going to be with the schedule that I want them to keep. And I'm just going to keep my eyes open for South Pole heifer herds. I need about 20 of them, but I can start with 10. And if I see one that's available, I'm probably just going to sell all the cows and use the South Pole. The South Pole were bred especially for the summer heat. They do exceptionally well on forage. They have a good temperament, which is important as well. I don't want my cows kicking me or throwing me in the air. And they're just very productive. They're not the biggest animals, so each animal itself is not going to be huge, but you can run more animals per acre. And it should translate to more profit per acre. That's really what keeps the farm alive, is making enough money I think that's Lady. Yeah, that's Lady. She had a wound on her back. Let me see if the wound is getting better. It seems a little worse than it was, but it could just be scabbed up. I don't see any like flies or anything attacking it, so it's probably fine. Anyway, I do have a solution for minor wounds like that, by the way. Pine tar. If you put pine tar on there, the flies will leave it alone, and it lasts for a couple days, enough to really let it start to heal. So, but yeah, I need the cows to drop their calves soon. I'm looking at their udders. I don't see anybody's udders that are filled in. I think one of my viewers that predicted that number young 20 was going to give me a calf last year, he got the date like within a week. So he predicts that I should see calves dropping in about 4 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks, I think. No, wait. Yeah, he said 6 to 8 weeks about 2 weeks ago. So it's probably 4 to 6 weeks now. So that would put them in late June. I want to turn the bulls onto the cows in July. So if they're not dropping calves like right now, then that's too early for them. I think I need to let them rest 3 months before I turn the bulls onto them. So if they drop them in June, that means September bulls go out, and then add 10 months to that. That means May calves. So maybe it'll be okay, but you know, I'm going to sell the calves when I run out of forage. I'm not planning on buying a lot of hay this year. So maybe what I do is just when I run out of forage, I sell them all and then get a South Pole herd next year. If I can find it. It's kind of hard to find South Pole herds. Heifers are hard to find. Good heifers are hard to find. You can go to the sale barn and get all the bad heifers you want. So maybe I should hold on to them. I don't know. That's what I'm debating right now. So anyway, yeah. You can see these dogs and the sheep, they get so perfectly along. I can't even tell sometimes the dogs. These are the male dogs, by the way. So this dog here, this one here, he had a swollen upper lip yesterday, and now he has a baggy neck. And I don't know if he tried to eat a wasp or if he attacked an anthill or what happened, but he seems to be recovered, but now his neck is baggy. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Maybe it's some disease too. Maybe one of my commentators was like, oh, he's got this. Anyway, fly count's a little bit higher than I'd like, but it's not too bad. Let me get those flies off you. I was looking at the old patties, and I probably should just go, let's go look at old patties. So these are patties from about 3.5 days ago. There's one of the new rams right there. I was planning on separating them off today, but it was just too hot. Next week it should be a lot cooler. And I was beat trying to figure out the electrolyte situation. I think I need more salt. I've been eating a lot of salt lately and been feeling a lot better. But I need magnesium too. So here's an old patty. You can see it's all dried out. So the fly larva would have been laid on that patty about 3 days ago, or the fly eggs, and they're going to hatch right about now. And this patty's so dry that the fly larva are probably just going to die. And I wonder if I can see signs of the dung beetles doing their job. I'm looking for little holes. Yeah, I don't see the dung beetles. I guess they haven't come out in force yet. So anyway, excuse me. That's all I got for you guys. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.